Well, I've said it before and I'm saying it again. We have a two-party system because it's what keeps the people divided. Um, if if the American people could just think for themselves and not join a group or a tribe, we would be much better off. I can't stress this enough. I get on different forums and I just see, a red post or a blue post, and the way people communicate with each other over their side is insane. It's like they can't think for themselves. It's their side, or there's no, hey, I'll listen to you and maybe you got a good point. They don't even try. It's I mean, if I have to side more one way than the other, I say red. But I mean, I think both sides have valid points at times. Um, I've gotten to where I don't side with either one because I think they both are full of crap. Um, Something I've discovered is, and this goes back 50 years. And the reason I'll say 50 years because I think things got really bad starting around 1970 as far as government. It was starting before that, but it got blatant and more blatant after, right around 1970. And for those of you that think, our current administration is fixing things, look real hard at that. Look real hard at what's getting fixed. Look, ask yourself, what's better today than 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago? Ask yourself, what's better? Nothing. Nothing is better. You pay more taxes. Inflation, which is a tax, is a much worse. Oh, wow, wages. They basically haven't gone up. Um, just ask yourself. Uh, we don't have the reputation we used to have. People, other countries used to be scared of us. When we were mistreated, we leveled them. Now we send thousands of soldiers in to fight on ground, wiping out our soldiers, sending the ones that are remaining back completely devastated mentally and emotionally, and then not helping them, and all in the name of some the latest, this, they're doing this or they're doing that, and nobody really knows. I mean, it's always some kind of hidden thing, hidden agenda, classified material, and nobody ever gets to see. Nobody, and they won't tell you. Um, what's going to be, if anybody ever reads the history books 100 years from now, they're going to be rolling their eyes looking at what happened. Um, all the two-party system does is keep us divided. Um, I'll guarantee you look into it. It's a back and forth thing between the red and the blue. Red causes a problem, the blue will come and fix it. Blue causes a problem, the red comes and fix it. You don't think this is an agenda? You don't think this is a something that they're actually doing? It's been happening over and over again for 50 years, 55 years, really. Um, our last, I would say, John F. Kennedy. He was a war hero. He was a military man. Eisenhower was a military man. Most of them were military men. But then you start going up. Then what do you get? You get movie stars. You get businessmen. You get guys that just had tons of money. Who are they helping? You can take a military man, a career military man. He's more interested in actual peace, uh, and running the country for the people. You get businessmen, and who do you think they're working for? I mean, come on. And that's both sides. That isn't red or blue. That's both sides. They're both doing it. Uh, but I was listening to a lady on YouTube the other day, and she's very she really studies this stuff. I cannot remember her name. I need to start writing this stuff down. But she was explaining how, in so many ways, the one side creates the problem, the other side comes and repairs it, and it just keeps everybody going, and then it flip flops the other way around. And we just sit back and argue amongst each other like a bunch of idiots. Like I said, I read these forums. It's insane. Oh, you're a dumbass. Oh, how can you know, I mean, it's like 5-year-old kids arguing that their side's better. What has happened to the people in this country? You know, when I was young, I remember my dad. He was, I can't remember if he's Democrat or Republican, but I know when someone he didn't vote for got elected, you respected that person anyway. You didn't talk bad about him. It was the president of the United States. Didn't matter if it was the one he voted for. He was the president of the United States, and he was respected and treated as such. You didn't talk bad about him. You didn't. That's who you got. That's who you stand behind. My dad was a World War II Marine vet, and most of the men I met back in that generation, that's how they thought. You didn't just, oh, my guy didn't get voted in, screw him. No, you stood behind him. That's who was in charge, regardless if you voted for him or not. There's this thing now where if your guy doesn't get voted in, you just, you want to see him go to prison or whatever happens to him. Where did this mentality come from? When did things change? You stand behind who's in there. If they're corrupt, then they should get what's coming to them. I know that's obviously not the case anymore because our government is completely corrupt. But I guess I have to say that. I have to admit that there was different guys to stand behind back then, and nowadays the pickings are slim. But both sides are the same. When are people going to realize that they're both corrupt? Every, well, I won't say every single one of them. There is a couple that aren't, and they're pretty much blackballed. I mean, they're there, but nobody stands next to them. Anyway, I just want people to think about this and stop bickering amongst yourselves because they're not. They're creating a show for you, and you think you're on one of their sides. They couldn't care less about you. They're not working for you. Uh, just you they keep you bickering among yourselves, and that's how they stay strong. You keep the country divided, and if you'll notice, going back red or blue, doesn't matter which side, they've always kept the country divided. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe.